Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's week 15 of the NFL, and we are going down the home stretch here. So, a little disclaimer this week, COVID is going wild. So, any of these picks we give out, take them with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Make sure the lines haven't changed too much or that players are playing and healthy. Um, Again, we're recording on a Wednesday, releasing on a Thursday morning. Keep that in mind when you're making your picks this weekend, guys. So we are the line movers. We are here. This is Zach Scarborough. I'm Tyler Liddick, joined by Nick Lee from the Iowa Wise Guys podcast. Guys, thanks for joining us again. It's week 15, and we have 4 featured games for you. We have an extended schedule now. College football has kind of ended. We're going into bowl season, and now we get Saturday NFL football. So if you're a favorite of the NFL and not college football, now you have it on Saturday as well. And we are going to start on Thursday night football with the Chiefs and the Chargers. Chiefs -3, over under 52 points. Zach, who do you like?
I love the Chiefs here. Kind of a revenge game from losing early on in the season when they weren't when Kansas City didn't look very good, but they have turned the corner nicely. They've won their last 6 games, and they're allowing 10.8 points per game over that stretch. They've only given up one 20-point game in the last 8 games. They've also won 7 of the last 8 in California versus the Chargers from back when they were in San Diego and now LA. I don't know. I love the Chiefs. Huge game. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, pretty much show up the division, especially with the remaining games that they have. I'm all over Kansas City -3. They're also playing on a little emotional. Last Friday, their corner Snead's brother was stabbed to death, so there will be a little emotion, a little fired up. Probably why they won 48-9 last week. I see them continuing. I think they roll. Give me Kansas City -3 on the short number.
I'm riding with Zach here. I think Kansas City gets it done on the road. I love that offense. Patrick Mahomes is getting used to playing against that 2-deep zone. He's taking what the defense is giving him. He's not trying to get the ball downfield and push it into tight spaces. He's limited his turnovers over the last couple of games. As Zach alluded to, the defense is playing great. They're getting healthy on defense. Clark, Jones, those guys are playing tough up front. Sorensen's got his season turned around on the back end. So I think that Kansas City Chiefs defense is putting that team where they need to be. I love Kansas City here. I like Kansas City down the stretch as well. I'll take Kansas City -3.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs as well here. The only thing that stands out to me is the size of the Chiefs secondary is something that the Chargers are going to be able to attack. The Chargers have the biggest wide receivers in the league, from Mike Williams to Barnum at double tight end with McKissick too. So if you look at the 3 people they're playing, they're sending out guys that are 6'4", 6'5". It's hard to cover those guys running down the field. And then you have Keenan Allen, who seems to never drop the ball, and he's always open. Austin Eckler out of the backfield. The Chargers seem to be playing really good football right now as well. So I don't want to discount them. But again, the Chiefs defense seems to be playing well up front, getting pressure on the quarterback. And Patrick Mahomes, since Clyde Edwards-Helaire has come back, looks to be a lot more comfortable in the backfield, and the Chiefs offense is scoring some points now like they used to. But keep in mind, both games that the Chiefs hung 40 points was against the Raiders. So we've also talked about all the Raiders problems. But as well, I'll be on the Chiefs -3 as well. And rolling along, Saturday night football, Patriots at the Colts. This is a good old-time rival from back in the Tom Brady, Peyton Manning era. We have a total of 45 points and and a spread of Colts -2.5. Nick, what's your play here?
I'm really looking forward to this game. I think this is going to be a fantastic game. You know, you look at both teams, and both teams are playing fairly well. The Patriots obviously are the team that everybody's talking about, the team that's surging, the team that everybody now is it was a sleeper a couple of weeks ago. Now it's kind of way out in the open as a team that a lot of people are picking to be the AFC champions. So, they're playing well. Their defense is playing well. And I like the Patriots as an underdog here. The Colts are playing well. The run game is great, but I think the Pats can limit. I don't think you're going to stop that run game, but they can limit the big plays in that run game. And I'll take the Patriots as underdogs against anybody in the league that's not the Kansas City Chiefs right now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This is going to be a fantastic game. We all know Belichick's ability to take away what you do best. So they will be all over Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, I mean, I like New England and the points. I like them in teasers, getting them up to 8. I think a big thing here is that the Colts are ranked 21st in red zone offense, and the Patriots are the second best red zone defense. Field goals are not going to win this game for the Colts. They're going to have to be better in the red zone. Give me the Pats and the points and tease them up to 8.5.
I as well like the Patriots in this game. I think that, again, Bill Belichick, better coach, playing indoors. It's not going to hurt either team. There will be no weather factor here. The Patriots defense is just playing really, really good football right now. Bill Belichick is obviously defensive minded coach, has them playing the kind of football he wants them to play. The Colts are a very good football team, though, but they have to win some games going down the stretch here to get into the playoffs. And this is a tough start here. And I think the Patriots are going to win this one as well. I don't know how many points they cover. I think it'll be a close game, being that it's in Indianapolis and not New England. So I'd be taking the 2.5 now. And if it goes over 3 to 3.5, I'd probably lay off, thinking that this might be a 3 or 4 point game. Better coaching probably ends up winning, in my opinion. So Patriots.
Yeah, the Colts need to start winning some ball games here down the stretch. Tennessee's got a fairly easy schedule on the tail end here, so it's going to be hard to catch Tennessee. They're going to have to pull off some of these upsets.
Absolutely. And speaking of Tennessee, Sunday night or Sunday football, 1:00 in Pittsburgh, we have the Titans taking on the Steelers. Titans are doing all right without Derrick Henry, chugging along. They're laying 2 points in Pittsburgh. The over-under is 41.5. It'll probably be a cold game. Zach, do you think the Titans can get by?
This is a tough game for me to pick. I mean, both of these teams have struggled. Tennessee's offense has not looked good since Derrick Henry went out. They've also, Julio was out. A.J. Brown's been out. Don't know if A.J. Brown's going to play in this game or not. I'm leaning towards the home dog here. I think this is a huge game for the Steelers. They looked great in the second half last week. They were getting blown out. They made a decent comeback. They can carry some of that momentum over to this game. I lean the home dog. I'm probably going to be teasing Pittsburgh, getting them to 8.5, wherever you have the line at, and probably going to play it that way because I think it's going to be a close game either way. I think both teams are going to struggle to score.
Yeah, I agree. There's still a lot of pride in that Pittsburgh locker room. They're not a great team. They're not anybody that's going to set the world on fire, but there's a lot of pride in that locker room, from the coaching staff on down through the quarterback, and that defense still has a lot of pride, even though they're not playing to the standard that Pittsburgh's used to seeing. I'll take the home dog here too. I agree it's going to be a low-scoring game, and I love Pittsburgh and teasers here too. Maybe a teaser with Pittsburgh and New England. I think that's something that people should be giving a look at. But I like the home dog here. Tennessee's not that impressive. I know they fight hard. Vrabel's got them playing hard, but I'll take the home dog here.
Unfortunately, I am on the other side. I've seen enough of the Steelers. They're down 24 points to the Vikings. That game should not have been close. The Vikings let them come back. The Steelers barely beat Baltimore the week before. That was a very physical game. So you have a very physical game. Then you have a game where you spend all your effort trying to come back. You end up losing that game. And then you play the Titans, who are kind of on a resurgence. And Steelers defense that's just not feared anymore. And I think the Titans are going to expose that come Sunday at 1:00. And we're going to see Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers basically see their postseason dreams and Ben Roethlisberger's last playoff game hopes in Pittsburgh dwindle away this weekend, I believe.
You did mention it there, and I agree with you, Tyler, that the physicality of that Baltimore-Pittsburgh game did take a toll on that Pittsburgh team last week, and you could tell, especially in that first half. But, for this week, they got 10 days to prepare, so they got some rest days in there. Hopefully they can come back a little healthier. But
yeah. And, I mean, we never know what's going to happen with COVID from now till then. So keep that in mind. Anybody looking at this spread being 2 points, it could go one way in a hurry. So moving on to Sunday Night Football, Saints at the Buccaneers. This is another divisional game, and it's a big spread. And the Saints won earlier in the year by forcing some turnovers. This is a 10.5 point spread, and the over-under is 46.5. Zach, what do you like?
It's tough for me. I mean, the Saints offense is just, it's not good. I mean, the only player they have is Alvin Kamara. This score was not reflective of how their offense played against the Jets last week. I mean, I could see a letdown from Tampa, but I don't have a play on this big spread. If I had to, I'm not betting against Tom Brady, probably trying to go out, make a statement, trying to get the 1 seed. I don't know. I don't want anything to do with the Saints right now. It is a big spread, so I see why that line's come down. I think it opened at 12 and it's down to like 10.5. But I could easily see Tampa covering this and winning by a couple touchdowns, even though they lost the first game. So, and we did not expect that. So, don't have a play on this game right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a square play here. I'm with Zach. I think this is too hard of a game to handicap. I think you look at this game, you could easily see the Tampa Bay Bucks winning by a couple touchdowns. But if history tells you anything, the Saints defense, Tom Brady has struggled against the Saints defense since he's been in Tampa. They held him in check last year. They held him in check earlier this year. Something about the way that they play with him, causes some problems for him. But at the same time, the Saints are not able to keep up offensively with that team. So they're going to want it to be a low-scoring affair. And I think that the Saints, with Taysom Hill behind center, they're able to maybe do that a little bit, running the ball with him and trying to keep the chains moving. So I do lean the Saints plus 10.5 here. It's probably not an official play for me. I don't like this game. There's a lot of other games on the board I'd prefer over this one. But if I had to play this game, I'd be looking at New Orleans plus 10.5.
Yeah, something about the Saints-Buccaneers matchup for me brings back memories of Greg Williams and the playoff Saints team versus the Brett Favre Minnesota Vikings team. It seems like every time the Saints play the Buccaneers, they just turn up the heat and bring the blitz and they try to get to Brady. And that's the one way you get to Brady. And it seems like the Saints, they're willing to sacrifice the back end to get to Brady. And once you start getting to Brady, he does get a little rattled. It'd be interesting to see if they're going to keep that game plan up with Taysom Hill at quarterback, knowing they're probably going to be running the ball most of the game or doing some sort of short play game plan. I as well do not like the 10.5 point spread, but I do think that this is the one time the Buccaneers are going to right the ship here. And we could see one of those playoff type performances against this team. So if you want to use the Bucs in a teaser, that's probably the play here. And other than that, I really don't have a play on it because I don't know how many points the Saints will end up getting off on this Buccaneers team. I think they'll be hungry for this one. So last one for everybody. We have the Packers and the Ravens. It's going to be a -5 point spread and over under 43.5. I want to pick for both and I don't want any explanation. Just fire a pick at me. Go ahead, Zach.
Sorry, what was that over under?
43.5.
Packers and under.
All right. Zach's on the Packers and the under. Nick?
I like the Packers -5, favorite play of the game. And I'm going to take the over.
I actually like the Packers here, and I like the over. I think the Packers are going to score some points, and Ravens are always kind of tricky on offense. They'll figure something out just to put at least 14 or 17 points up on the board. I'm sure
Lamar Jackson playing?
I don't know. That hamstring is going to be a big issue whether he does or doesn't play. So either way, I still like the over because I think the Packers are scoring 30 points regardless. And that's it, guys. Week 15 is in the books for you. We've made the picks. Keep in mind, COVID is going wild. I think there's been like 78 players that have been infected with COVID over the last 2 days. So whether it's the games we broke down or any game you are taking a pick from this weekend, make sure you know who's playing. And other than that, guys, sign up, join our bowl contest, buy some merchandise. We'll have a even bigger college basketball contest coming up. And happy holidays, everyone. We'll see you next week for holiday edition. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Good luck.